I have always thought that I communicated well. I mean, I'm usually pretty good at expressing my opinion. There was a point in my marriage where I learned that while I could talk, I really didn't listen well. And it caused a major problem in my marriage. My wife would tell something and I would tell me something, and I would quickly offer my advice on what she should do. I didn't understand that this was causing my wife to shut down. And so my wife, Michelle, decided it just wasn't safe to share her feelings with me. So she wouldn't tell me when she was hurt, and she kept things inside, and the resentment built up. And it caused us to be separated and disconnected. Our unhealthy communication was hurting our relationship. I had what was called an aggressive communication style. The book, The Couple Checkup, outlines 4 communication styles that people use. And this is a great way to explain communication styles to the couples that you are coaching. These descriptions can help you to identify poor communication habits that are harming a relationship. So first is passive communication. Let me give you an example. Where do you want to go for vacation this summer? I don't care. We can do whatever will make you happy. Someone with a passive communication style does not express honest thoughts or feelings. They believe that it is better to avoid conflict or criticism. And this person tends to allow their own thoughts or feelings to be trampled on, which ultimately leads to feelings of not being understood or appreciated. Michelle had adopted a passive communication style in our marriage for a number of years. Honestly, it was partially in response to my aggressive communication style, but it didn't help our relationship. A passive communication style will ultimately lead to feelings of being misunderstood or not being appreciated. Aggressive communication. Here's an example. Hey, I've made arrangements for us to spend the week with my family at a cabin up north. You'll just get crabby if we stay here, and we'll all be miserable. It'll be good for the kids to see their grandparents. We're going to have a great time. So what did I just do? Well, I told someone how they'll feel, and I took control away from them. Aggressive communication is the opposite of passive communication. Someone with this style tries to force their opinions and feelings on other people, regardless of what they think or feel. And it's often about being right or winning an argument. And they may resort to criticism or putting others down in order to prove their point. As I said, I used an aggressive communication style with Michelle. I don't think I was trying to be mean. I just thought I was right, and I thought I knew best, and my opinion was the valid one. Michelle got tired of arguing with me and gave up. Our communication pattern was destroying our relationship. There's passive-aggressive communication. So here's an example of that. This vacation idea of yours was really great. Oh yeah, I'm going to agree to do this again. Not. Someone with this communication style may initially agree, but then conveys anger or vengeance later. They often use sarcasm and humor to hide their real thoughts or feelings. Another way to be passive-aggressive is to agree to do something and then just not do it. The last one is assertive communication. Here's an example of that one. I've been thinking that since money is tight now, we should visit my parents at their cabin this year for vacation. What do you think? Assertive communication is expressing your thoughts and feelings without it being at the expense of others. It's being respectful to others, even when you are defending yourself. Someone with this style takes responsibility for their own words and actions, and they listen to others and respond appropriately. This communication style builds closeness and intimacy. So which one works? Well, the only communication style that builds intimacy is when both people are assertive. This is a win-win result, even if you disagree. Any other combination creates a win-lose result, which doesn't build a relationship. So I used to be aggressive in my communication style. Michelle was passive. Guess what? I tended to win, or at least I thought I did. It took a while for us to realize this wasn't helping us. I learned to listen. Michelle learned to tell me what she was thinking. we both learn to be assertive. When we work with couples, we explain these communication styles. We ask them which style do they think they use. Do they both feel listened to? Do they both have a chance to express their thoughts and feelings? Let me give you some tips. Help couples to recognize their communication style. You can explain the styles and see if they relate to one of them and can identify which one they use most often. Ask, what do you like about your partner's communication style? Find the positive that's working. And ask, what would you change about your partner's communication style? Find out what can be improved upon. So those 3 tips again, help couples to recognize their communication style, ask, what do you like about your partner's communication style? And ask, what would you change about your partner's communication style?